Civilizations die when they cease to believe in themselves. They lose the will to defend themselves and thus the will to survive. America is under attack at home and abroad by forces that are both secular and religious. And the chief weapon of the enemies of America that are secular is race. America is called almost routinely now as a white supremacist nation. Just before his election, Barack Obama said that we're 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America, which is a very radical statement. Obama, after he was president, said racism is America's DNA and is transmitted through the generations. This is the opposite of the truth. The truth is that liberty is America's DNA, individual freedom. Slavery existed for 3,000 years in every society on earth until a group of white Christians in England and America, led by Wilberforce and Thomas Jefferson, declared that slavery was immoral. Nobody had said it was immoral before that. Slavery existed in Africa for 1,000 years before a white person ever set foot there. They were bought by Englishmen and brought over to North America. But once the United States was created with its declaration that all men are created equal and have a right to liberty, it took one generation for Americans to abolish slavery at the cost of 350,000 Union lives. The American birth certificate declares that every human creature of God is created equal and has a right to liberty. This is unprecedented in the 5,000 years of previous recorded human history. This is what has made America a beacon of freedom in the world. It's what allowed America to lead the world in abolishing slavery and defeating the racist powers of the German Reich in the Second World War, and had caused its greatest president to call it the last best hope of mankind. Institutional racism, if it existed, it's a fiction created by the left. The Democratic Party platform, which serves this anti-American myth by talking about institutional racism and systemic racism in our society, flies in the face of the fact that the civil rights movement, with the Civil Rights Acts of '64 and '65, outlawed institutional racism. The left distorts everything through this racial prism. Identity politics divides the world into people of color. It's a complete ideological construct. There is no purpose in the phrase people of color except to make a gigantic group that's oppressed, marginalized, underrepresented, and white people who are the bad people. This is the politics of anti-Americanism today. It's the politics of the movement that wants to fundamentally transform this country, i.e. destroy the society that we have and replace it with a collectivist society. One indicator of this, George Packer of The Atlantic is called the most influential writer in America today. Ta-Nehisi Coates is a rabid, America-hating racist. Ta-Nehisi Coates has said that America's foundational principle is white supremacy. And he doesn't know whether America will ever be free of being a white supremacist society. The American idea of individual liberty, individual freedom, individual accountability is the most liberating political idea in the history of mankind. It's what freed the slaves who were enslaved by African kings in Africa. It's what ended slavery. It's what's created the civil rights revolution. It's an amazing transformation of our society. Those ideas, the Democratic Party has set out with the political left to destroy. If the politics of the Democratic Party prevail, this nation will commit suicide.